Good morning. Welcome back to the farm. Down here in the basement very quickly so that I can get all the grow lights turned on for my peppers and tomatoes and whatever else I have growing down here. But I thought I would take you on a little tour of the farm today and give you a spring update because we have lots going on and I feel like I've only been giving you little pieces of the story here and there. So today we are going to do a farm tour. Look at these pepper plants. This is a Jamaican Scotch bonnet, and it's short, which I think that these are normally smaller plants. I've never grown them before, but I think that that's what I read. But look how beautiful that is. So it looks like everything is well watered for now. This is, I think this is calendula, and then we have a lot of coleus and celosia in here. So they're all popping up. And we've got 4 packs of tomatoes, got peppers, we've got more perennials over here, but these guys are going down. Well, obviously the petunias aren't perennials, but these guys are all going down to the greenhouse within the next day or two. I just have not had enough time to take everything down. I've been taking a wagon load at a time as I head down there. So I'll take a wagon load this morning down as well. And I load up the wagon, bring it down and unload it. Then I have trays over here too. Right now it feels like pure chaos down here to me because I have plants everywhere. I have trays, I have stuff started, marigolds and zinnias and all that. So I have tons and tons and tons of trays. And right now I just have them like spread out on the floor until they start germinating, so that then that way I can get them under lights. But hopefully by the time they start germinating, that I can bring them down to the greenhouse. Saturday was an absolutely gorgeous day, and we had 8 gazillion things going on. We sheep sheared, we had the farrier, we had meat pickups, and I had a gardening conference to go to. It was absolutely beautiful, but as the day went on, the wind picked up and it got really, really windy going into yesterday, which was Sunday. Today's Monday, the 8th, I think. And it started raining last night. We had earlier in the day, it was so windy, we had like big dust tornado type, where the dust or the wind is really strong and it kind of swirls up a big dust something. Anyways, I know that there's a name for those. I don't know what it is. That was in our driveway. And then like probably 2 hours later, we started getting enough rain that it got the dust settled, which is wonderful. Lily and her boyfriend worked on getting the rest of fencing up here for me, which is wonderful because I had worked Saturday evening here in my perennial garden, getting the big chunks of mulch that had been frozen spread out, and things are looking good. So just got to make sure to keep the chickens out of here because the fence isn't finished yet. Those look to be like some daffodils, and I think that is dianthus right there. I am super happy with how this is turning out. This has been a project I've been working on for, I think this is my 3rd year now, might be my 4th, and it is really finally coming together. So as I walk around to the high tunnel, I want to look at the rain gauge really quick, because inside on my digital rain gauge it said we got 2/100ths of an inch, and I just want to check and make sure that it matches up with what the actual rain gauge says. And this is saying 2/10ths with some hay. Obviously I need to clean that out, but our digital rain gauge, I'm guessing, is the batteries are going low or something. That's why I like having the manual one too, because then you can just kind of double check and make sure that they're accurate. So the first step is the high tunnel. We are making lots of progress in the high tunnel. Feels like it's not enough, but that's because I just kind of want these projects finished. So let's go in and look. And now that the snow is melted, I can finish getting Christmas tree stuff put away. You can see it is a mess in here. We've got all sorts of projects. My father-in-law brought that foam over for the little greenhouse, so I can finish insulating that. So that is nice. But we got lots of projects going on. This is that final piece of paneling for in there, but I'm not going to put that up, so I got to go store that. And then my workbench / picnic table. But look at these raised beds. I am so happy with how they turned out. So my plan is that this is what's going to be used for tomatoes this year. I'm hoping that by making the raised beds, it kind of limits the amount of plants I can grow, because I want to grow them all, and it's really easy when you are planting in the ground to add a few in here and there. So I'm hoping that this really limits them. We got one pepper bed there. The rest of that is going to be peppers. That bed right there in front of all that dirt. So that dirt has to come in here. But first I want to take and go get some of our compost and fill most of these beds with our compost and then top it off with that. But that is my perennial bed that I have in here. It's got milkweed, and it's got, I don't even remember what I planted in it, but it's got perennials in it. And so I'm hoping they come up. It is so dry in here, they might not. But I'm giving it a shot. So my goal is to, me personally, work an hour in here every day this week. And then when Owen and Beck and Lily get home from work and school and everything, that they help me. So I'll be putting in 2 hours a day. And if they can work 30 minutes to an hour every day, by the end of the week, we will have this ready to set up for the plant sale. I don't know if I told you guys, but I forgot that I planted tulips along here. So when I saw these guys popping up, I got very, very, very excited. So these were kind of like a bonus. I have them all along there, and then it looks like there's some on the corner. Look at these. This whole area is just packed, and you can see that there's tons everywhere just popping up. It's hard to pick up on camera, but this whole thing is going to be just filled. Look at all those daffs there. So excited about these tulips. They are going to be gorgeous. So here in the greenhouse, I've been putting the bare amount of time in here because it has just been on the back burner. I've just been hauling plants down here and making sure things stay watered. The plants are doing amazing. They are doing great. This system with these ropes and the plastic and everything is working great. I am hoping that I need to come down and water in here today, but then I'm hoping that tomorrow I am able to come down, pot up the rest of the perennials that came on that perennial order. I got all the hostas potted up right away, and they are doing great. But I need to pot up everything else. I need to water in here really well, and then I'm going to take and put the rest of the shelves on these brackets here, so then that way I can start having 2 layers of stuff, because I want to, by the end of the week, get most of the stuff from the basement down into here. The hostas I've been leaving where it gets shaded because I'm worried that it'll be too hot and too sunny in here for them. And so they are just doing awesome. These were those smaller ones, and they are popping up. I planted them so that they were deeper in the pots, and so that seems to be working well. So like with everything else, I have to do some cleaning and rearranging in here, and then it should be hopefully smooth sailing. Animals, I might need to go in the barn, but we can check the 2 cows that are standing out here. They're both bred, so that's good. So we had sheep shearing. We have 2 cows that are really close to calving, one that I think is going to be a little bit longer, but everybody's looking so good, and it is so nice to see. Sheep shearing always makes me really nervous. I just am worried that everybody's going to look rough and everything, but everybody looked amazing. So the red one is Cinnamon, and I can see the baby moving. Hey, Miss Cinnamon. And then the horned one is Coco, and usually you can see her baby moving because she got super big, and it looks like her udder is starting to fill up too. But we have 3 that are bedded down in the barn, so we'll go check on them. So this black one here, that's Honey. And I noticed the other day that her udder is starting to fill up. And so she will be going, I think her and Coco will be going first. And then Cinnamon will be going next. And then these 2 here are steers. And then Good morning. How are you, Skittles? I'm gonna have to remember what you look like shorn again. Our sheep are looking so good. I am so happy with how they look. Always the hardest because you don't know before shearing the body condition of them, and there's not a single one that is looking skinny. Sometimes it's misleading because the way that they're shorn, you know, if there's blade marks and stuff, it kind of looks like it could be like their spine or a rib or something like that, but there's not a single one. Even the old grandma Pepe, she is in amazing shape. Our rams are overweight, which we knew, and we're trying to make things a little better. We're trying to kind of put them on a diet, but not too much of a diet, because we still want them to be in good shape. So, but other than that, everybody is looking so good, and that is such a relief. I think we have 15 sheep here. Most of them just ran out. That's Pebbles. That one going out is Maddie. I was worried about Maddie's shape and body and Pepe's shape right here. Hi, Miss Pepe. And they both are looking so good, and those were the two who I was concerned about. And then we have some over there that I probably should check on just in case they're starting to lamb. Honey left me because I was not scratching her enough, but you can see she's starting to put her tail on the side a little bit, and her bag is filling up. And I've just been watching her really close the last 2 days, and she looks like she's close. Problem with her, last year she was a first-time heifer, so this is her second calf, so she's considered a second-time heifer. Anyways, I noticed she all winter long was acting almost like she was in labor, so I'm not overly concerned that like she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have the calf today. When it happens, it happens. She's just very different, and she holds things differently, and she appreciates a good scratch and a good stretch. And sometimes that makes it look like she is going into labor, and she likes to hold her tail a little more off her hind end, but it is looking today like her ligaments are getting looser, so I think she's going to be the first one to go, and I think it's probably going to be within the next week. There you are. Hi, Maddie. Everybody has nice deep bedding after their haircut, and nice clean stalls. Cows got their stall mucked out and have straw too. And over there we have the jugs ready to go. We have lambing supplies all along there ready to go. And we still have the plywood set up for shearing, but I think I'm gonna leave that up for lambing, because then that way when we put sheep in jugs, it just is kind of one more barrier, and it makes them feel a little more secure down here, so they won't kind of go flighty if we're walking a lamb from the pen in here over to the 3 different jugs that we have. Sometimes they like take off down the aisle, so this will actually work out nice because it provides like another barrier, a visual barrier, and it'll make it so that they follow their lamb, and it is a little less stressful moving the lambs into the jugs. So that is our April 8th farm update here on the farm. Pretty much all the snow has melted. I can see my breath. And everybody is like ready to go for spring. The birds are out chirping. It feels good. That is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.